Alright, so next part of our playthrough. Need to go to the UK, go to TVR, and get a Tuscan Speed 6. So I still only have the IB license. I don't want to get the IA until we finish all the IB, and this is the last IB championship. So my only question for chat is, what color should our Tuscan be? Because we have a lot of choices. We have some more like solid colors like this yellow and this red. And we have some of these like pearlescents like chameleon blue and the chameleon orange and this reflex spice, which looks the weirdest, but also could be cool. Reflex purple, which is what the car is known for. Purple. So I got two purples. Sunset yellow. Gotta vote for that. I don't know. I see 2 votes purple, so catfishing. Alright. Let's do it. Freedom car. Yeah, the car looks sick regardless. Alright, so upgrade department. No turbos. As for tires, this thing's FR, so we need super slicks. They're just OP. Let's do the same thing where let's get a slicks and could use it. Other thing I need a transmission for test course. We won't install it right now, but I will need that later. Alright, so what can we do in the upgrade department? No replacement for displacement. You got that right. I'm gonna do a quick research to see what horsepower does Tuscans have. So, I have GT Planet saying that stage 1 is all you need. Let's buy the stage 1 since it's only $5,000. $499. Let's buy the cheap upgrades and not install them. I'm gonna buy stage 2, but not install it. Might use it for test course though. But you know what? Let's drive this car completely stock. If GT Planet says it's fine, stock. Alright, yeah, sounds like a fun one. I won't even do the weight reduction or anything. Let's just go all in and see. We kind of dominated the Clio Trophy, so let's do the last IB race, which is the Tuscan Challenge. Only limited to Tuscan Speed 6, and thankfully for our wallets, it grants 50,000 credits for a win, which is pretty awesome. A good send-off for IB, I guess. It's been a long, long time since we've gotten a new license. So yeah. Let's hop in and try it out. We'll keep the super slicks on, and we'll keep our stage 1 tune-up on. You can always take it off. Yeah, good money opportunity. And thankfully this car will be faster than the Clio and the Elise and the Vitz. So the series will go a little bit faster. This is a good one-make series, I think. Sports car. And in my opinion, they should have brought back the TVR challenge in later GT games. It's back in GT4, but I don't think there's been a one make for TVR ever since. Hey Dark Shark. Audi RS5 price, it's still overpriced, and I'm still nowhere near being able to afford one. Mostly because I'm working on my student loan debt, so that's all I'm focused on at the moment, and then I can, once I finish that off, then I can look into upgrading my car. You know, it'd be nice if I didn't hit the rocks all the time. Everyone's going wide. Beach chicane. Trying not to hit the wall. TVR drift has been added to any GT game. The brand new one? Because the old one is in GT1, GT2, GT3, GT4, GT5, GT6. Not GT Sport though. In GT Sport, only the Tuscan showed up. Yeah, the engine's nice. It's a unique one. i6. Can I change MPH to KPH? No. Not only because I don't want to, but also you physically can't in the North American version. Because America. But, you know, it's what I grew up with, so I'm using it. Just multiply everything you see on my screen by 1.6 simultaneously. You'll get better at math by doing it. But yeah, actually the stage 1 NA tune-up seems to work really well. I'm actually racing these AI. As I go for a passing opportunity and immediately make a clown of myself. Let's see, the tires seem to be going pretty well, especially for a front wheel or front engine rear wheel drive car. I don't care to play one Asphalt 9 race. Like, let me ask honestly, why do you guys want to see me play Asphalt 9? Like, actually, why? Like, tell me why, and I'll give you an answer. Why do you want to see me specifically play Asphalt 9? There ever an FF supercar in GT3? GT3, not really, but in real life, like, obviously you'll see custom builds. So what do you mean by the old memories? You mean me complaining about the card packs, or the drop rates, or the grinding, or the fuel, running out of tickets? You think that was fun and nostalgic? And as for skills, I'm flattered by your comments, but I mean, a fake got better times than me all the time. RPM Alex is still posting. I can recommend you a bunch of Asphalt YouTubers who are still at the top of their game if you're looking for skills. I can personally vouch for them. And if you're talking about old memories, I mean, if you like to see me complain about tax and money and tickets, then how is it any different from me complaining about Asphalt playing a different game, you know? the reason I don't play Asphalt anymore is because I literally do not have any fun playing it. It actually makes me sad and angry when I see I'm not like acting. And guys, like, as much as I make memes and stuff, I was never an actor or anything like that. I'm a terrible actor if that was it, but I genuinely complain about stuff like the game economy and the credits and the tokens and the packs and the drop rates and the matchmaking, the fuel, and the, cheating and exploit. I complained about it because I was actually having a problem with it, not because I was trying to act it out just to get reactions or clips or views or anything. Of course I'll satirize everything, or I'll make a satire out of something, or make a joke or a meme or something to emphasize my point. But it's not a good thing when you're complaining about something so often. It's not an act, guys. It's genuine. It's genuine disagreement. And personally, I don't get any entertainment from that. And I'm on the firm belief that if you aren't having fun as an entertainer, the majority of your viewers won't have fun with it either. We can laugh at Asphalt together like that, but I laugh at it because I genuinely, think it's worth laughing at. Not because I'm an actor or anything like that. So, you have plenty of nostalgia. You can watch some of my roasting memes and some of my streams, like the Jesco, the first Drive Syndicate rant, or like my Devo rant or anything. Those are still on YouTube. But the game literally hasn't changed since I left. It's exactly the same. And it will be the same a year from now, 2 years from now. I can hop back into the game 2 years from now, and I guarantee you, my 6-star Jesco will still be competitive. The Huracan will still be dominating B class. Everybody's going to be driving Corvettes still. Because the game economy is designed as a failure. So, unless you guys like, Stockholm Syndrome. Because that's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, the Devo event was literally what confirmed my decision that I don't want to be a part of the series anymore. That was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. And I think I explained that also in like my last Asphalt videos. That was the turning point where it's like, okay, this game is a money grab. It only wants my money, and if I can't play the game without having to fork over hard cash, then I want out. And that's exactly what I did. I believe like gacha type games where they rely on gambling mechanics and this games as a service season pass style thing, I genuinely think that's like causing addiction. I could certainly say that I was addicted to Asphalt 8 and Asphalt 9 when I was a teenager. I grew out of it because A, I got bored, and B, I started to see the scummy business practices that plague pretty much all video games, not just Asphalt. Asphalt's just, what I was used to. Do I mean Vivendi? No, I mean Gameloft. Gameloft might not make all the financial decisions, but they're only the ones that, put the game out there. it's an industry problem. It's not a game loft specific problem. It is an industry problem. If Vivendi shut down, another giant would just buy Gameloft from them and just do the exact same thing because it makes money. Whether it's EA or Ubisoft or Activision, Blizzard. You've all seen, look what's happening with Activision Blizzard right now, where it's getting, it's coming to light that the front office of Activision Blizzard was not only aware but participating in the sexual assault stuff. They were discriminating their employees. They were doing harsh working conditions and crunch culture. It's genuinely a scummy environment for video games. And, they were just the worst ones to get caught. But I bet you it happens in other workplaces too. I'm not saying the Gameloft has a toxic culture. It's a side effect of the money making that video games tend to produce. So my question for you guys who are asking me to come back to Asphalt 9, why do you guys play Asphalt? If you're saying the game got worse, why are you playing? And answer honestly. If you say the game got worse, why are you playing? Do you have any other options? I know Games actually said you quit. But because you quit, why should I have to come back? I'm a human too. I don't want to play it either. So yeah, I'm skilled, but you don't go to RPM Onio and tell him, play Trackmania, play Trackmania, play Trackmania. I appreciate him for what he did for Trackmania, and he was an incredibly skilled player. But if he wants to play other games like Asphalt, then that's his right. And I would ask the same from you guys. I shouldn't have to play a video game because a while ago I did this in this game before. Yes, this channel's for entertainment, but I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing it because I like making videos and like streaming, so. You go back and play the old Asphalt games, like the really old ones, like Asphalt 5, 6, 7. You'll have nostalgia for a bit, but then you'll also get hit with the wave that the game progression's pretty slow. And it's kind of mindless racing. Yeah, Extreme is released on Netflix for some reason. I have no idea what's up with that. But apparently you can play it again. It's not dead. It got resurrected for some reason. Anyway, last lap. And I think I'm going to end the stream. Save the game and end the stream at this point. Yeah, the GTA trilogy was a disaster. You know why? Because Rockstar just wanted to cash in on the hype. They literally put a smoothing filter on everything and just called it a day. Tons of bugs, tons of graphic issues, and tons of the game that just looked like shit. It's just straight up terrible. And they charge a full price for it. So, there you go. Test drive the Supra. We drove the Supra last time out. Plus also I'm in a championship, I can't exit out of it. And yeah, they hurt the modding community too, which is extra scummy. Play Trackmania next. You're just going out for games. I'll play what I want to play. On Saturday we're playing Need for Speed. We're playing Need for Speed Heat because I just picked it up. Never played it for her before. I heard it was good. So that's what we're gonna do. Sounds pretty simple, right? Crazy idea, I know. Rather than looking to the past, let's look at what's ahead. I never played Need for Speed Heat. Let's play it. Let's see if it's good. If it's good, we'll play it again. If we think it's alright, it just might be one and done. That's just how we're gonna do things. I explained that back in April, May. You want another night stream? Yeah, I will say the night streams are nice. So, alright, let's save the game. So, I'll kind of put it on a splash screen so that we can get back into business. But yes, hey everybody in chat, Happy New Year. 2022. So, Super Slicks. I think we'll stick with that. We'll play GT7 when it comes out. It's still like 3 months from releasing. Oh, I forgot to start the timer. Let's get this going before we're going. Alright, there we go. Blueprint timer might be a little inaccurate, but honestly it's been that way since I have to kind of time it in between streams manually. So it is what it is. But we're driving and the timer's going. And we're driving. Let's see, this is literally my first race in this game in like almost 2 months. Forgot how this car is on tires, so I don't know if I should be driving safe or maybe pushing, but we're on the hardest tire. It should be able to go to the end without any issues. GT7 will be a great game. I mean, I'm excited, but I'm being cautious and realistic is the best way I can put it. Hope for the best. But considering how modern games tend to release these days, even if they're great, they still have bugs and stuff. I'm just hoping for a smooth release. Meanwhile, we're in the lead in 1 lap, which is, okay, maybe not how you want to pace out a race, but there you go. Well, lucky for you, there's a PS4 version of GT7, which I read in an interview that it will be the exact same as the PS5 version, minus the load times. So I wonder how true that will be. The more I read about the PS4 and 5 games, the more I think the PS5 is just a maxed out PS4 with no other differences. And an SSD, essentially. But, you know, these days the games already look beautiful enough, so I don't know how much more you can improve on something. That yellow Tuscan's just flying. Wildin'. Also coming out this year should be Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, New Need for Speed, what else? There was one more major racing game coming out this year. I don't remember. I mean, sim racing is still a niche. I'm surprised how much Test Drive's getting a lot of love, because Test Drive has been dead in the water for 10 years now. And, PDU too has a huge cult following, and I'm part of it. But, I still think TDU was not, like, mechanically a great game. But it had more soul than most other racing games, as cheesy as the game was. I don't know. I personally am... Something feels off about Solar Crown. And I hope the game releases smooth. But considering Test Drive's name's been passed around like 5 different studios in the last few years before finally settling with Naken, I think that's how you pronounce it. We'll see where that goes. Yeah, Forza, I think Motorsport, the reboot, is coming out in 2023. So we'd have to wait almost 2 years for that. But yeah, Forza Motorsport has been dead for a few years now. Been all Horizon. I have a feeling that Forza might actually make this next Motorsport the last Motorsport game. And then they put all their efforts on Horizon from here on out. I mean, 2024 makes sense for PS4s. I mean, they probably won't produce many of them anymore anyway. And then there'll be third-party support for a while. But yeah, about 3-4 years after release of the PS5, that makes sense. I mean, the supply shortage of the PS5 in the pandemic, I think screwed up everything, so we might have a longer PS4 life until the PS5 can fully get going. It's the same thing, well, not the same thing, but a similar case happened with the PS4 where there wasn't a distinct reason or a game that justified upgrading to a PS4 until like about a year and a half, 2 years after the console came out. Around 2015-16, that was when the PS4 really started to ramp up, and it was worth it to get a PS4. They're going to put the sports car season in the next Forza. That would make sense. 3 a.m. you can't watch? Oh well. Sleeps for the week. It's like Sunday anyway, right? You don't have school tomorrow or whatever. I hope not. I don't have school ever, so I don't have to worry about that. F8, you got that completely wrong. Because TDU, the new one, is not made by Eden. So you're right in that the people who made Gear Club, Eden, made TDU 1 and 2. But it's actually Nacon who's working on the next, on Solar Crown. Because Atari, who owned, the Test Drive name, went under since TDU came out. So Test Drive's franchise name has been bounced around everywhere, and now it sits at Nacon. Now, the concerns about having microtransactions and repetitiveness, I mean, that's a problem a lot of racing games face. Even this one, GT3, will have its moments like this, especially when you get to the really long races. But part of a good game is balancing it out where it makes grinding rewarding. It's sometimes not a bad thing to put a grind in a game, as long as you make the reward useful. No, Eden is not working with Nacon. Not to my knowledge. It's the people who made the WRC franchise who are working on TDU, Solar Crown. Hey Mokti. My New Year's been, one day. Pretty chill. Right now there is a blizzard going on, which is why I'm streaming right now, because there's literally nothing else to do. We're stuck in a lot of snow. Like the first major snow of Chicago. So, granted we don't get any power outages because of the blizzard. We'll be gaming. I didn't dislike Gear Club. I thought it was fine. I thought the controls were good enough. But I thought the map was kind of boring. And the progression was a bit too gamified. Makes any sense. Get that drift going. Okay, I think on the next race we can take off the stage 1. What are my concerns? The biggest worry is the game's going to be a buggy mess like every other release that came out last year. And even WRC games, which is what Nacon previously made. But those haven't been released in the best state. In terms of physics, TDU 2's physics weren't great. And I don't expect TDU Solar Crown to be a sim or anything, but it has to be drivable but believable. Like, too many games fall into a mess because they want to release sometime, release in unfinished state, whatever, and then get updated later. Release first and fix later. I just feel like it might be victim to that again. Like, look at NASCAR Ignition that came out last year. Because that game, NASCAR Ignition, if you want a racing game that fell into the Cyberpunk level, look at NASCAR Ignition. Because that game's a mess. Dead on arrival. So that's just the thing. I hope TDU is just not dead on arrival. Because TDU is going to be... Like, here's the other part about Test Drive Unlimited. When TDU 2 released in 2011, Forza Horizon did not exist. But since TDU 2, we now have 5 Forza Horizons and the open world Need for Speeds to directly compare it. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on the developers. Because everyone's going to be looking at TDU, which was always an open world racing game, and compare it directly to Horizon 5, which is still going to be updated when that game eventually releases. So, no pressure, right? I haven't played Forza Horizon 5 yet. I still do plan on buying it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I know it's on sale, but I just don't feel like playing it right now. I know it will be good, but I'd rather play it when everything's been ironed out. Need for Speed 2015 has its frame rate issues because it's handled by EA, who doesn't care to fix their old games. It costs money. EA does not want to spend money, they want to make money. Honestly, like, I rarely pay full price for a video game anymore. I still have not bought a new game since Miles Morales. That was the last time I paid full price for a game. That was a year ago. And then GT7, of course, I pre-ordered it. That'll be the only other game that I'll get brand new. Two laps to go. This race is still kind of boring. I'm driving solo. Tires are fine. And yeah, 10% pretty much just covers taxes. You know what's crazy is that, like, Call of Duty Vanguard came out like 2 months ago, almost. Pretty much 2 months ago. And it's already at the $40 level, even though it released at $70. It's like almost half off. Because it's such a mess of a game. And nobody's buying it. It's like the worst selling Call of Duty in like over 10 years. And then look at Battlefield 2042 and Far Cry 6 and GTA Trilogy. All these AAA titles are just flopping. For the same reason, pretty much. I think I'll buy Horizon 5 when it drops to 40. I bought GTA San Andreas on the PS2 just to protect it against the price gouge that it's going to inevitably have. Like, the thing is, like, a remastered GTA trilogy is not a bad idea if they actually do it right. But what they literally did was just kill the mod support for the old game, take the mobile versions of the games they released a few years ago, put them in a blender, hit the upscale button, let AI do everything, and then just release it without even checking it. Like the laziest game since Cyberpunk. I don't want to say Cyberpunk's a lazy game, because they spent 8 years working on it. But that came out half-baked. I think it's still half-baked. Anyway, race 2 done. Took about 15 minutes. It was at the fastest lap on that last lap. And, basically obliterated the competition, so I think I'm going to take off the NA tune-up. Yeah, Take-Two and Rockstar. The greed. Greed, greed, greed. Keep going. Yeah, I don't even know what GTA 6 would look like. I'm not excited for that though, because it's just, something telling me it's just going to be half-baked if they even bother to work on it. I have a stage 2 available even, I'm not going to put it on. Let's switch it to regular slicks too, because I'm bored. Let's give ourselves a little challenge. Rosalind, she got COVID, yeah. Everyone's getting COVID nowadays. Like the worst it's been in terms of new cases. But it's because of Omicron. And I'm still lucky enough to have not gotten it yet. I still obviously want to keep it that way. But we'll see how far I go. I don't really have any information about the next major Grand Theft Auto, so I wouldn't really look into it that much. Third shot? No, I'm still on the double vax. But from what I've heard is that you get sick even if you get the third shot, the booster. Is the Florida Man headline, is that a real thing? I mean, I'm assuming it is, because any Florida Man headline, even though they seem like they're generated by The Onion, they're always real, so I'm just assuming that's real. Well, at least we are more bunched up, even if we made it to second in one lap. Who knows what the tires will do. We are on the road to GT7. Yes. Keep your expectations low and you'll never be disappointed. That's a Kratos quote. Like the other part of that quote is expect nothing, assume not. Oh wait, it's expect the worst, assume nothing, and always expect an attack or something like that. Anyway, we're in the lead. in a stock Tuscan. Now it's just a question of, can I make these tires last? Which were only one step down, and the tires were fine last time, so I don't think it will be an issue anymore. I'm surprised a lot of the asphalt community still is not fatigued by now. I mean, I do know that more people have left the game since I left. I recently talked to Yes, RPM. He left the game like literally last week. The game still has a massive following, although Asphalt 8 is declining. But yeah, Drive Syndicate, people are completing it, but people are stuck in grind hell. Basically, you needed to have purchased previous Legend Passes in order to get it, which maybe it's not as money-sucking as the LVN's event, but, you know, still not ideal. Well, I wanted to skip Turbo because I wanted to try and, you know, make the race closer, but if I am smoking the AI on a stock Tuscan, then I can't do any more. Domination's boring. The Clio was not my favorite car to drive, so I just wanted to get through it. But this car is a bit more fun to throw around, because it's rear-wheel drive, front engine. Yeah, I want to skip turbo because no replacement for displacement. Tuscan go burr. It's still the same car as the Huracan GT3 Corvette. That's what I would have expected. I had a video idea pop up in my head, which I get like 100 video ideas pop in my head throughout a week, but one of those was come back into asphalt like 6 months from now or something like that, and prove a point that I could still drive my Huracan and my Huayra BC, walk into Legend League, just to prove that you don't even need to play the game. Everything is just filler. But I don't want to actually materialize that idea because I don't want people to assume that I'm back to asphalt. It's more so proving a point. Plus, the longer you wait, the more clown it looks, if that makes any sense. Esports is so selective. You literally have to be like top 5 in the world to enjoy any of the esports. I know you can kind of make that argument for a lot of games, but you know, Asphalt 8 was a lot more inclusive for esports. Even if we didn't have an official scene, the scenes we have at the clans, that was as good as it was going to get, and everyone had a great time there. But you know, you'll have like Counter-Strike esports, Overwatch, Dota, and League of Legends, obviously. Rocket League. I think even Fortnite now is esports. Valorant. And you obviously have to be good, but like top 5 in the world to have fun, not a necessity. Not a necessity. And truth is, Asphalt 9 didn't have a platform for people in between that like 5th and 200th rank spot. And while it's cool that Asphalt 9 has such a high skill ceiling, it makes it so that if you don't study the routes all the time, you just fall behind to obscurity. I never actually bought Overwatch. I've played it on free weekends, and that's basically the most it is. But you know, I always just think I could just be playing Team Fortress 2 instead of this, and I think Team Fortress 2 is just a much better game in general, even in 2022. The community is just better, even if it's filled with bots and hackers. It's just really easy to pick up, have a good time, mess around with chat, because nobody takes the game seriously. That's why it's so fun. TF2's a trash game. You take that back. Ignore the economy part, because that is also broken. Overwatch. Is Overwatch 2 still a thing? I know like they've been making it, but it's been like in development hell for like 2 years now. Something stupid like that. I don't know if it'll ever come out. Yeah, Switch players. Any Switch players report how DS3 is? I don't think Game Loft and Lesson Learned exactly have anything in common. I would imagine that they didn't fix anything on the Switch version. Just kept the adless version. The day Overwatch 2 comes out, you pass away of a heart attack. Not scoliosis. That's the age I'll be when Overwatch 2 comes out. Plot twist, I developed scoliosis on stream in 3 minutes, simultaneously as Overwatch surprise drops. Why does car look like cockroach? You know, it's unique. It's those good old Brits and their design. I like the Tuscan. It's a good looking car. Yeah, no competition. You know, sometimes, like, you just outrun the AI. And there's no difficulty setting in GT, so what you can see is what you get. If you can drive faster than how the AI do, can't lose. But there's no ballast or anything like that. I could cripple myself with tires, but I could even pit right now and still come out in the lead. That, of course, will be interesting. I think I had the Stage 2 turbo, so I was just going to use that and the good old rubber band. Maybe slap a tick or two on the transmission. If I remembered if I bought one. I don't know. You know, something I hope is fixed in GT7, although I doubt it would be fixed, is the AI. It's like how GT addressed this, you know, outrunning the AI is that they make you start in last place on a rolling start, and you put the first place guy like way ahead and a slightly faster AI difficulty, so that the racing's closer. You're just kind of chasing all the time. Hope they get rid of that, because honestly, that racing's also kind of boring. You know, instead of course a competitive zone, I've driven a couple races on that against the AI, and the AI is actually really good. From this little bit of GT3 racing I've done on it, it's pretty good. The AI can put up an offense, defense. Their pace is right there. They challenge you. Putting qualifying back, yeah, that would be great. I don't think qualifying's been in the game since GT4. And yeah, it's an overlooked feature. I didn't even use it that much in GT3 here, in this playthrough. But it is fun. It could make those rolling start races a bit more interesting, if they do want to stick with that. But then if you qualify on pole, then you're the one who's going to be way ahead. And you're racing nobody but maybe the second place guy who's on a higher setting. I don't know. Make the AI more interesting. Can you do proper drifting on a Forza game? Yeah, Forza's really drift friendly. Just tune your car properly and you get to a point where you can just slide your car just by turning the analog stick and holding down the throttle. And you can get big long drifts. That's what the drift zones are for. Look at the high score of the drift zones and look at your high score and wonder how people do it. Spoiler alert, they actually drift. Because Forza's drifting system does reward you on doing good quality drifts. GT4's only pitfall was it having a 6-car grid. I know the PS2 was limited, but come on, give us more than 6 cars in a single race. Like 8 or 10 would have been fine. Alright, race 3, that is, done. Well, you gotta practice drifting. Like, it won't spoon feed you like Need for Speed. You do have to actually learn technique. But look into it, watch some YouTube videos, or go on Reddit or something and just practice it. Nobody picks up a guitar and plays like Eddie Van Halen the first time. You gotta practice. When will I play GT4? You know, I haven't decided that. I want to, but it is such a long game that I feel like if I put this right along when GT7 is going to be out, we're going to be burnt out on Gran Turismo. And I don't want to ruin this game series. You know, something I think we could do is do like a license day where we just grind the time trials, because that's pretty easy to do content for. Because there's so much racing, like I kid you not, there's 230 hours of racing minimum if you do everything. Alright, Seattle Circuit. We're gonna do the same thing, slick tires, no upgrades, and just do it. Even Need for Speed doesn't need the handbrake. You can just tap the regular brake or let go of the accelerator, or if you put on the right tires, you can just turn. But Need for Speed holds your hand because it's an arcade game. Forza is also like arcadey physics, but you have to put a little bit more effort into drifting. But you know, just practice it. What's something I did in Horizon 3 and 4 is you can like search for other people's tunes. So if you search in like the tunes of a car, you know, like drifting, you'll find someone's drift tune. and usually the one with the highest rating and the most downloads is like really good. And you can do like all the drift zones from like just one drift tune. So you can look into that if you don't want to like look up the intricacies of how to tune a car for drifting. But you could try the hard way and just go into the suspension and try train settings and just hammer away for 12 hours. That'd be pretty fun if you want to learn that. Just the IA license and the Super license. Which I think today we'll get to IA. I forget how many arcade segments we have left. If there's 2 sections, then I'll do, one of those and then IA. Otherwise, I think we'll finish it off and then get on to IA license. Or we could skip arcade for today, since we also have to do endurance at some point. Okay. You lost your absolute account? Honestly, it's a blessing. So that way you don't have to come back anymore. I think you should try a Need for Speed game, Dark Shark. It's good. It's got flaws, but what game doesn't have flaws? Like, honestly, I liked Need for Speed Heat. It was a good game. And I would recommend it. Especially since it's only like $15. A great $15 game. If you have the old consoles, play Most Wanted, 2005, play Underground 2, play Hot Pursuit 2, play Hot Pursuit Remastered if you have Twitch Prime, because that game's literally free. I think it's pretty easy once you figure out the technique. Like, seriously, you're just talking about, I don't know what it's like, but you literally own the game. Just try it yourself. There's no price to pay. There's no punishment or anything like that. Just do it. If you're curious, just do it. Yeah. Most Wanted 2012 is also $2, which, I still haven't picked up, but maybe I should, because something tells me that they are putting it 90% off, because they're probably going to announce the remaster in like a month. And that wouldn't surprise me, because then they just delist the game. But the thing is with original Most Wanted is, I've played the hell out of the game. I probably put more than 100 hours into it when I played it on PS3. And I also have the PS Vita version, which I played through. Like, I played through that game effectively 2.5 times. I think I also had it on Origin, but then I lost it. It was free on Origin a few years ago. Isn't Criterion working on Battlefield or something like that? I know Toys for Bob, who made the Spyro remaster and Crash Bandicoot 4, they're working on some Activision Blizzard project. I think they're working on Call of Duty Vanguard, actually, which is a real shame. They deserve a lot better. I think there's a huge difference between a regular brake drift and a handbrake drift. You use a handbrake if you're going to make a really sharp turn, like a downhill hairpin would be appropriate for an e-brake. Or if you have a car that's like doesn't want to budge, an e-brake would work. But a regular drift on like a 90-degree corner or whatever, a brake drift would be sufficient. You also lose a lot more speed when you do a handbrake turn, hence why it's better for hairpins and stuff like that. You're getting the Pfizer vax. Good for you. I'm on Team Moderna. Not that it really matters. The only reason I got it because that was the only one that was available back when it was April. Do I watch NBA? No. I know the Chicago Bulls are doing well right now, but I don't really follow it. I wallow in the Blackhawks and the Bears. I play any Halo games. I mean, like, really casually. Like, I own Halo Master Chief Collection, and I have some of the 360 games, but I haven't played Halo in like 2 years. I hear Infinite's good. It's got like the same microtransaction stuff that's plaguing it. Like, I think a friend told me that like the community was not buying anything as a protest, and then they dropped cat ears, and everybody bought it. It was like 70% of players bought it. Something stupid like that. You know, they're going through that mess right now. I just haven't gotten to it. One game, never see again. Driver San Francisco. Hold up. I'm pausing this just for you, man. I'll leave this in the video too. Hold on. Wait, wrong thing. Said we'll never see it again, huh? Then why is it right in front of me? Why is it right in front of me then? We'll never see it again. Bull. I'm just joking, of course. You cannot buy a new copy of this anymore. This is probably the hardest game to find on PC. But yeah. It's even got a manual and everything. But I do have this. You know, we should probably play this someday. One of these days, I'll play this game for you guys. Alright, let's get back in it. Resell it. Yeah, it's probably honestly my most valuable PS3 game on complete accident. Like, I got that game, I think, for $20, because I got it like a year or 6 months, something like that. I got it a few months after it came out for $20 and, you know, played it, had a great time, beat it, and then just let it collect dust on the shelf for all these years. Because I'm a collector, yeah. You know, I should probably film that retro game collection this weekend too. If I'm going to be snowed in, that'd be a good project. I do have a lot of stories for like 90% of my games. It could be a long video. As if I'm prepared for the occasion. Yeah. The thing is, like, if you have a racing game, chances are I have it. If you name a racing game, chances are I've played it and I know what you're talking about. Will I stream T7 when it's out? Yes. I did pre-order it One thing I'm going to have to try and control is not getting way too far ahead too early. I don't know, something I was thinking of doing was making a second account on my PS5 just for GT7. So that way I can play on my main account, you know, without worrying about streaming or anything. And then on the second account we can use that for the streaming. Yeah, one of these days we should play Driver San Francisco, because that's a game that did age well. It had a great story, an interesting original mechanic with the, you know, the mind control, and Carlos was good. Drive physics were passable, and it's one of the few Ubisoft games that, like, they actually did a good job on. Also, that's like in F8's backyard or something, right? Basically. We can drive past his house. If you have a PS3 or 360, I would highly recommend playing it. I really liked it. And if you could find it at a fair price, which, you know, check your local shops. Maybe even GameStop might still have it. But look around locally, because even though the game's value has shot up, which means don't buy it on eBay, not everyone keeps track of that, especially on like PS3 games that are made by, like, you know, Ubisoft or something. You wouldn't think twice. Because, like, you can get Assassin's Creed for like $5 still, for instance. But if you can get a copy, I'd recommend playing it. Yeah, I was never really into the Driver franchise. I have Driver 1 and 2 on the PS1, and I've played a little bit of both. But I didn't grow up with those games. But I did play Driver San Francisco when I was like 13. That was like my first Driver game that I like actually put effort into. And I had a great time with it. I wish that series came back, because I think that's the last game in the series. Not intentionally either. I think it's just a dead IP right now. Just waiting to be revived. You want to see GT7 go like 50% off? That'll probably happen by Christmas, I bet. That'd be a fair assessment. I mean, give it a dusting. Maybe take one of those compressed air cans and spray the vents with it. I bet it still turns on though. I mean, if you got your PS4 even like 3 or 4 years ago, it will probably still work as long as you clean it. You don't even need to take the console apart. Just giving it a dusting and just airing out the vents like through a compressed air can. That should be enough. And as long as you didn't obviously break it prior to getting your PS4. But like, my PS1 from the 90s, that is older than myself, still works perfectly. And I don't need to take the console apart or anything like that. Just regularly giving it test drives every now and then. Also run final lap. Yeah, $60, $70. It's expensive for a game. And I bought the special edition, which was $90, which I still think was overpriced, but I mean, I'm a huge fan of GT, so what can I really do? Can't really complain. I don't really splurge on games that much. Ironic considering I'm a collector, but what I mean is like I don't buy the $100 version of a game, usually. But I will fully support whatever Polyphony does. If I need to crowdfund them, then so be it. But I understand if like you're a high school or whatever, $60, $70 is kind of a lot to come up with. You know what is going to happen though? So GT7 Special Edition, if you get the PS5 Special Edition, you get a PS4 code where you can redeem it and play it on your PS4. I bet a lot of people are going to give away those codes on like Reddit and stuff. So if you do want to snipe a free copy, you could try that. And don't ask me for it because I already have plans for that code. Sorry. Anyway, race 4 is done. And once again, we have absolutely obliterated the competition. 39 seconds back. I mean, let's look at the standings by color. I think the yellow one, yeah, has pretty much secured second. Red one's in third. Close battle between the chameleon blue and the white one. 8 and 9 points. Even P4 is under threat. So test drive could be a little interesting. Anyway, there's 50 grand in the bag. I think we're gonna be hitting $1 million again today. Alright, so before we get into the next, the last race, I'm gonna save the game. Number 1, in case the blizzard knocks out my power, but number 2, because it's a test course and I don't want to mess up this gear ratio. Well, Dark Shark, it's like Schrodinger's PS3. You don't know until you turn it on. So plug that sucker in and see if it works, because if it does, then you can get Driver San Francisco. Doesn't, then you know your answer. Alright, so even though there's no replacement for displacement, I'm putting the stage 2 in, and I'm putting on the transmission. And let's put those tires back on, just for durability. I think that was all I ever upgraded. That should be good enough. I'm just gonna blind guess that that's enough. And then one more thing I'm gonna do. We got the rubber band. You know what time it is. Rubber band that sucker. So, as you guys may have seen on the channel before, we're doing the rubber band trick on the right analog stick. Alright, hold on. I gotta fix this properly. I got too big of a rubber band. That should be good. There we go. Now all you gotta do is just steer. And hope that this top speed's enough. I think this pretty much maximizes the top speed. Hopefully we can stay and pass the group. I didn't check that, which is why I saved the game beforehand. .182 does appear to be our top speed. I mean, considering I'm still with them and I can still see the group, I'm not too worried, but let's see. .4 seconds. I mean, this is pretty much the limits of what the Tuscan can do. Maybe one tick higher would have been good, but let's see, we're at 2.4. What's the gap? I didn't see the gap. I hope this is enough. This is a bit intense. I think we are slowly catching them. Ever so slightly. Maybe that acceleration was crucial at the start. I think just with the slight, undulations of the cars, shuffling around, we can stay with them. This might be a really entertaining race though. Especially if the tires kick in. 1.4, so we are slowly catching them. We are slowly catching them. Let's see if I can get in their slipstream. Yeah, 1.3. We are basically matching their speed. Okay, so I've actually perfectly set this up. Just from blind guessing. One tick would have secured it, but I've made this interesting now. From complete accident. Good thing I got that stage 2. Yeah, we are definitely closer than on the previous lap. Once I pick up the slipstream, it's over though. .2, we're so close. Oh, we hit top speed. We hit the red lunar. I think my top speed was 189. Am I going to do some variety? No, I think I'm going to stick with GC3 for tonight. I don't have any plans for any other games. I think we'll do IA and then maybe we'll do like one series or something. I'm so close. I am so close. I could like hear that I'm getting into slipstream. There we go. We're in. We're like right there. Literally separated by less than 10. Oh man, they're going slightly faster than me. We have a race here. Oh, this is actually pretty sick. I'm literally splitting the group. I'm gonna get in this line. Help out my boys. The yellow and whites. This is actually really cool. They're actually repassing. This is NASCAR. Thank you for choosing TVR Airlines. To the moon. Alright, let's give the other line my slipstream. That white car decided to pop lanes because he knew it wasn't working. Ooh, he switched back and cut off the other guy. Just so he can get the slipstream of red here. I'm gonna help him out. Get my bump draft going. My tire selection might have been what the deciding factor is gonna be. Never thought I could make a 10-lapper at test course interesting, but here we are. We're literally hitting the rev limiter here. One of my concerns about the new Need for Speed 2022 game, just EA shenanigans. Straight up. Because now the game's been, you know, it'll be 3 years at least, if they don't delay it again, of working on a new Need for Speed. We want to make sure it's good, you know. I wonder if it's going to be another case of them giving half effort. So that red one cut me off there. This is interesting. I don't know if I can even win this, honestly. Imagine all this effort just to end up second here. I mean, I'm crossing a lot of these laps at first. Who knows, I could get unlucky with AI here. And there is also the question mark of my tires, although I do think my tires will hold. They are green. The right rear seems to be the worst case, and we're like half distance. These Tuscans. The Clio Trophy didn't have a race like this. Chameleon blue. They are bump drafting. Ooh, getting squeezed. The bad ending. We are all just like punched up. I am saving this replay no matter what happens. There's just gold here. Even if I have to sit 10 minutes to watch a replay moment to get to this spot. Gotta make sure my rubber band stays intact too. Whoa, okay. Gray one's coming in hot. So what I think happened is they have a level 32 on their transmission. I'm at level 31. So since I have the stage 2 and A, I can get to my top speed faster. Just look at my lap times, they're pretty consistent. Although, look at this, I just gained a huge opening here. I don't know what's going on here. Brenton's here, what's up? I'm gonna let them slipstream again. Look at that, 287 and the 295 within 2 laps of each other. Red one's flying. But yeah, they're definitely going 190 or higher. Yeah, 190 is my top speed. Oh man, great here. Must be doing 200. But look, we seem to have broken away from the other group. Unless they can reconnect. I think yellow can reconnect with gray if they get in the right lane. Or I think actually yellow, oh nope, yellow's gonna get red. Or my own. He does seem to be catching up. Nope, they're working together now. They're not out of this yet. GT Sport, I actually played GT Sport today. I played for about 30 minutes today. Hopped on the wheel. Yeah, I do still play GT Sport, even though I have kind of nothing left to do in the game. Oh man. Yeah, just gulping up, and here's the green one. It's about to come in hot. Went from 1st to 5th in like a mile. Going 3 wide. So do online races. I haven't done one in a few months because usually my qualifying is like not good enough to get to a good position. If I'm in too high of a driver rating. I know, bragging, but it is a real like issue. I don't want to nerf myself though. Yeah, this is like Daytona, honestly. We're just pack racing and then everyone's gonna get desperate on the final lap. I thought last lap was the one that we could maybe break away, but nope. Now, one thing I don't know is how these guys' tires are doing. They'll probably make it though. That was a made-up headline. See, I would have believed it's real because Florida Man would do that. Get a bump trap maybe. .007. Like that's the gap. Come on, man. Come on, White. Give me a bump draft. Oh, man. I hit the rev limiter and just died. Lost all my speed there. A little bit of speed and slingshots first. Slipstream range is about 1 second, more or less. Now I'm fighting Chameleon Bloom, who was in dead last for like a whole lap. Now it's .06 between me and him. Here comes Gray. Gray's flying. I try and get a bump draft. Literally DRS, yeah. Here comes Red. Red's definitely flying at 200. Maybe I should tap the brakes right before 190, just so I can not hit the rev limiter. Anyway, we got 3 laps to go in this game of cat and mouse, basically. Who do you think's gonna win, guys? Or who do you think's gonna place second? That's my question. Myself included. 'Cause I don't know. I don't even know if I can win this. Which AI is gonna win this battle, though? Because it's literally anyone's game. And remember, guys, this is the fight for 4th place. 4th, 5th, and 6th in the championship on the line here. Oh my god, that group's going so fast on the right. I need my bump draft. But they're bump drafting even more. This is crazy. Literally going 188. I'm just trying to not hit 190. This is going to be what F1 2022 is going to be like, this close. Imagine if every race was like this close. Laps to go. Not running 204s anymore, interestingly. I think the 204s would be useful right about now. Oh man, White coming in. He wrecking him. Bottas at Hungary be like... Here we go, 3 wide again. How did I manage to catch up to this group? Like, I was 2 seconds back. Wow, yellow just cut across, sliced and diced. Gladly, there's no damage in this game, because we'd all be dead by now. There you go, I got a huge run on them. Maybe hanging out in the back and then doing a slipstream overtake at the end would be the way to go. Alright, right, give me a bump draft. Double bump draft. We're literally like neck and neck with 1st and 2nd. Our line is so low. My speed is low too, but since we're taking a shorter line. Whoa, look at that! There was a scruff between yellow and gray. They fell way back. I think they made contact, and they are out of contention. I think they are out of contention officially. They're dead. We have our first 2 casualties. And yellow is in 2nd place, so that means there's a huge number of points on offer here. Final lap, gang. Yeah, definitely yellow and gray had some contact and they are out of contention. I mean, we've already secured the championship, so this doesn't change the Aqua Championship, but I don't want to replay this race maybe. Maybe I do, I don't know. This is a fun one. But I say with only 3 cars to deal with instead of 5, that might make my job a bit easier. Silver, not gray. Alright, one more push. One more push to survive. Who should I help? I think I should tag with Chameleon Blue. Come on, man, give me the bump draft already. Look at him go. Look at White go. Alright, we're gonna slingshot. Last gasp pass. Cover red. This is gonna be really close, guys, actually. Kind of feeding both at the same time. Here we go, guys. I'm gonna feed red and red only. Wow, I got scared there for a second. That was awesome. Wow. That was great. Man, that was a fun one, honestly. See, I really like this championship. That was fun. So how did the points turn out? The Chameleon Blue steals P4 with that second place finish. And the Gray manages to hold on to P5. But the Silver manages to hold on P5. Interesting. Wow. And we get a perfect clean sweep. Wow. That was probably my favorite race of this whole game, and it was just driving in a circle for 10 laps. Alright, let's save that replay, because that was awesome. That's why people watch NASCAR in Daytona and Talladega. Wow. It was by 600th of a second, not even tenths. Within 1/10 of a 20-minute race. Look at that. Anyway, that's our championship, which means we get the festivities. So first off, 45 grand. I thought we got 50 grand for the race win. I don't know. I don't care. Give me a prize car. First prize car in 2 months. What's it gonna be? Nothing at the bottom. Okay, we got a Griffith. I like that color. I know the Speed 12 is technically a prize car, but I am not gonna lose that thriller of a race that we just ended on. So, oh well. There's always another chance. Plus I could just buy it from my other memory card if I really wanted this Speed 12. Anyway. Prize car is that Griffith 500 in red metallic. Nice. And then take a bow, Tuscan. Take a bow. We did 160 miles on this thing, and those test course, that test course drive is awesome. Yeah, that puts us at 73%. So, still a ways to go in this game. But there you go. That's the end of this segment.